What's going on, Little Dap? It's Jared Muntz, former pro and founder of OnlineSoccerAcademy.com. Today we are talking about how to go pro in America. This video is geared towards American male and female players whose it is to go pro in America. One day I will do another video about going pro outside of America. Before I go any farther, I want to be clear. Just because you play soccer does not mean you have to go pro or want to go pro. You can play and love the game just as much as any pro does, no matter how old you are and no matter what level you play at. I do not encourage every OSA player to go pro. This is not the point of the OSA. The point of the Online Soccer Academy is to make better soccer players and help you reach your personal it. I get asked about how to go pro a lot, so I thought I'd make an OSA video about it. The top pro league in America for men is MLS, and there are other lower level leagues below that. For women, the top pro league is the NWSL, and there are other pro leagues below that. Most of the tips in this video are applicable to male and female players. Do you like my Believe in It shirt? Are you a motivated athlete? If you answered yes to both those questions, then you are going to love Believe in It apparel. Believe in It is apparel that inspires you to reach your goal. We are launching BelieveInItApparel.com soon. Click the link and enter your email to be alerted when we launch. Back to how to be a pro. Think of a ladder. If you want to get to the top of the ladder, do you jump to the top? No. You will fall off and hurt yourself. But if you take it step by step, you will continue to climb slow and steady to the top. Pro soccer is at the top of the ladder, and it's a steep, hard climb to the top. Youth soccer is at the bottom of the ladder. Now let's talk about the steps you need to take to climb the pro soccer ladder. There are different routes to being a pro. These are just a few key points. Key points. Key point number 1. First, you get on a club/travel team and do really well. The best travel team you can be on is the one you want to be on. If your local team is good, but the travel team 2 hours away from you is great, and they go to a lot of big college showcase tournaments, I recommend you get on the great team. Yes, I know 2 hours is a long way to drive to training. I used to drive 2.5 hours to training to play for a great team when I was in high school, so I feel your pain. Do not do this extreme commitment until you are high school age and fully committed to taking your game to the next level. If you can get on an MLS Academy team, that is a phenomenal opportunity because you don't pay to play and there are pro coaches around you a lot. The whole point of an MLS Academy team is to groom players to be a pro. Not all players will sign pro, but if you're 16 playing on an MLS Academy team and doing well, there's a good chance you'll get to train with the first team, play in a reserve game, and if you do really, really well against pros, there's an even better chance that an MLS team will sign you as a pro, even though you're a teenager. Other top leagues in America are the U.S. Soccer Development Academy and the ECNL, which stands for Elite Clubs National League. Play on a club team that is in either of those two leagues, and you're where you want to be at the youth level. What about high school soccer? Good question. High school soccer is great, it's fun, but typically in the American youth soccer system, players are recruited to play college or pro soccer from club teams, not high school teams. It's just the way it is. Key point number 2. Try out for ODP. ODP stands for Olympic Development Program. It is U.S. Soccer's way of finding out who the best of the best are. ODP has a state level, regional level, and national team level. The idea is you try out for the state team and make that. You try out for the regional team and make that. And then ultimately you try out for the national team and make that. Easier said than done, of course. Only a small amount of people make the national team. But if you do, that's great. By making the ODP team, it shows college and pro coaches, on paper at least, that you are better than the players that don't make the team. If you don't make ODP, it doesn't mean you can't make it pro. I didn't make my state ODP team one year. I've got friends that are pros, they didn't make ODP. I also know players that were youth national team players, but they couldn't cut it as a pro because they were too mentally weak from being babied their whole youth career. Key point number 3, play college soccer. College soccer is a big step in the ladder to making the jump to pro soccer. Typically, pro coaches scout the best players on the best college teams. So if you can, you want to go to high-level D1 programs. Pro soccer is the best of the best, not the best of the average. If you play for D1 team Indiana and you're one of their best players, that will increase your odds of going pro. If you play for D3 team Rhodes College and you are one of the best players, your odds are not as good as the best player on the Indiana team. Yes, you can go pro if you play at a lower level than D1. I played at D2, but typically your odds of getting scouted are much better if you play high-level D1 versus D2 or D3. Lots of young players in America message me saying, I'm 15 and no pro scouts are looking at me. That is the wrong mindset. You want college coaches recruiting you in your teenage years, not pro scouts scouting you. Yes, if you are the elite youth player, pro scouts will be looking at you. But for most of you, the next logical step to going after pro soccer is playing college soccer. For tips on how to get recruited, click here to read our free college recruiting handbook from our other company, collegerecruitingwebsite.com. That will teach you all about getting recruited. Key point number 4, attend a paid tryout or combine. If you don't get scouted or signed to play pro soccer after college through the MLS draft, then you still have options to play pro. Yes, it's great to get drafted and sign pro from day one, but lots of great pros in MLS didn't get drafted. Most pro teams, MLS, NWSL, and lower leagues offer a paid tryout you can attend. Go on a team's website and search when their tryouts are. Make sure to do 2 or 3. If you do well at their tryout, they will be interested. Think of yourself like the diamond in the rough they are all trying to discover. Click here to check out the InfoSport Combine. Not everyone can attend this one. I believe it's invite only, but this is a combine you want to attend. This combine is meant for high-level players that didn't attend the main MLS Combine. It's a good one and a lot of pro coaches are there. This combine is for male players. Key point number 5, accept the odds are against you. Only 1% of players play pro. There is a reason for that. Only the best of the best play pro. You need to understand this and be realistic about this. If you are not in the top 3 players on your team and you don't train a lot on your own, then you're probably not good enough and committed enough to be a pro. If you are one of the better players on your team, you're constantly improving, and you're working hard every day to achieve your it, then good news, you have a 1% chance of making it. Odds I'd take any day. Click here and you can watch an OSA video on my personal story of how I went pro. Key point number 6, put yourself in the right situations to get lucky. It doesn't matter how good you are. If the right people aren't seeing you, you won't get recruited to play college soccer or scouted to play pro soccer. Do the best you can with what you have around to play on the best travel team, play in the biggest showcase tournaments, go to a great soccer college, etc. If money is an issue for you, then ask your neighbors if you can do chores for them for money. I used to cut lawns and wash and wax cars to help pay for some of my bills for soccer. Do what you have to do, but keep it legal, of course. Bonus tips. Don't forget your education through all this. When you make a lot of money as a pro, you want to be smart about what you do with your money, and having a good education will help with this. Do not forget about school. Make good grades and be successful off the field, not just on it. Have no regrets. It's better to give it everything you got and not make it than have a dream, not go for it, and 20 years down the road, you lay in bed at night wondering, what if? Be confident. A lot of people will doubt that you can achieve your it. A lot of people laughed at me, doubted me. That's just the way it is. Be confident, work hard, and believe in it. Do not let negative people bring you down. All pros are talented. The difference is little things. How hard they train, how confident they are, how much they improve, how quick they think, etc. I know lots of talented players that couldn't cut it as a pro, and I know lots of players that are having great pro careers because they do the little things right. If your it is to go pro, then good luck. I hope this OSA video sheds some light on how to do that. Remember, small improvements daily equal big improvements over time. Keep climbing the ladder. Hope you enjoyed this online soccer academy training video. Like, favorite, and share this video if you did. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or sign up and create your profile for free at onlinesocceracademy.com. Players all over the world use it, and you can do game reviews and track your progress. Post a comment and let me know how this video worked for you. My name is Jared Muntz, and remember, if you believe in it and back that up with hard work, anything in life is possible. Believe in it!